it's fake. Clean. No, not clean. I wanna do the warm up with you.
Warm up?
A little bit worried.
Better be worried.
Cleaners, but we also love this shit. Can I try?
No, man, come on. You heavy.
No, I will do, guys. I saw this in Rambo 4, you know, like this. I also have pull-ups.
Who really is Anatoly? That name might sound familiar to you if you've ever been scrolling through your feed and suddenly burst out laughing after watching a guy in the gym doing bizarre, unexpected, and sometimes mind-blowing pranks. He's not just a content creator, he's a full-blown internet phenomenon. But despite his viral fame and millions of views, there's one thing most people still don't know. Who is Anatoly, really? In this deep dive, we uncover everything there is to know about the man behind the mystery. His rise to fame, the genius behind his pranks, his real persona, and why his content resonates with people around the world. From humble beginnings to a cult-like following, this is more than just a profile. It's an exploration of one of the most unconventional entertainers of our time. Stay tuned, because this is not just a story of a prankster. It's the story of how one man, through creativity, silence, discipline, and boldness, turned gym culture on its head and became a global icon of unconventional comedy. Most people's introduction to Anatoly is sudden and unforgettable. Imagine you're watching a gym video and you see a man walk up to the bench press, load it with a ridiculous amount of weight, and somehow lift it with ease, all while dressed like a complete oddball or acting like he doesn't know what he's doing. People in the background stare, confused and amused. It's chaotic, unpredictable, and yet strangely addictive. Anatoly has a unique talent. He makes you laugh without even saying a word. His facial expressions, body language, and physical comedy do all the talking. He blends into the gym environment just enough to make people think he's serious. And then he does something so absurd that even the most focused bodybuilder has to pause. His presence is commanding without being loud. He makes the camera invisible. It's as if you're watching a live performance, not a recorded clip. And that's part of the magic. There are thousands of pranksters online. So what makes Anatoly different? It's not just the setting or the pranks, it's the execution. Anatoly understands the art of timing, space, and human reaction better than most comedians. He's not loud or aggressive. He doesn't rely on shock value alone. Instead, his humor comes from contrast, the contrast between serious gym culture and his ridiculous antics. For example, he might walk into a gym full of muscular guys, wearing a baby carrier with a doll in it, and casually ask to work in on the squat rack. Or he might do strange yoga poses next to someone bench pressing heavy weights, pretending to be part of a totally normal routine. It's absurd, yet carefully calculated. The genius lies in how far he pushes the moment. He lets it breathe. He allows awkwardness to fill the air, and viewers are hooked, waiting to see what happens next. There's an old-school theatricality to his work, like silent-era comedy meets modern fitness culture. Anatoly could prank anywhere, shopping malls, streets, airports, and maybe he will in the future. But the gym is where he thrives. Why? Because it's an environment where people are extremely focused, sometimes a bit self-conscious, and deeply committed to routine. In that setting, any break from the norm creates instant tension, and that's the perfect fuel for comedy. He knows this. By blending in as a seemingly regular gym-goer, Anatoly creates a false sense of security. Then he surprises everyone with something so unexpected, it breaks that tension and sparks laughter, confusion, or even amazement. The gym is his theater, and he's the silent actor rewriting the script in real time. Each gym becomes a new canvas, and in a world that often treats gyms as intimidating or hyper-competitive, Anatoly turns them into places of laughter, reminding us that even in serious spaces, there's room for absurdity. One of the most fascinating things about Anatoly is how little we truly know about him. Despite his fame, he remains mysterious. He doesn't share personal vlogs, He doesn't rant on live streams. He doesn't beg for likes or subs. He lets his content speak for itself. What we do know is that he appears to be from Eastern Europe, possibly Russia or Ukraine, and has a background in fitness. That much is obvious from his strength, coordination, and control in the gym. He's not just acting strong, he is strong. But there's more. He's also incredibly disciplined. Creating prank videos, especially in a gym, is not easy. There are permissions, planning, physical risk, and unpredictability from the people being pranked. Yet, Anatoly makes it look effortless. That points to someone who has not only talent, but also a strong work ethic. His silence may be part of his brand, or it may simply reflect who he is. A creator who values action over words, results over noise. Anatoly's rise wasn't overnight, but it happened fast. One viral video, usually one where he performs an impossibly heavy lift or pulls a crazy stunt, catapulted him into internet fame. From there, the algorithm did its magic. People shared his content, reaction channels featured him, and gym influencers started talking about him. Soon, his videos were everywhere. What helped even more was his universal appeal. Because his comedy is visual, language isn't a barrier. People in the US, India, Brazil, Germany, they all get it. They all laugh. That's rare. Anatoly achieved what few creators do, global relatability. And unlike many who rise and fade quickly, Anatoly seems to understand sustainability. He doesn't overpost. He doesn't rely on gimmicks. He delivers quality again and again. Whenever someone goes viral doing pranks, the question comes up: is it real or staged? With Anatoly, it's a fair question. Some reactions in his videos seem too perfect. Some scenarios feel too wild to be spontaneous. But whether scripted or not, the entertainment value is undeniable. If some of the moments are staged, Anatoly deserves credit for great casting and directing. If they're real, he deserves credit for bravery and comic timing. Either way, he's creating a performance, and it's one that keeps millions engaged. And maybe that's the point. It doesn't really matter. Because real or not, Anatoly brings joy. And in a world constantly debating what's fake, perhaps authenticity isn't just about reality, but the emotion it delivers. Fans love Anatoly for many reasons. He's unpredictable. You never know what he'll do next. He's respectful. His pranks are funny but rarely mean-spirited. He's skilled. He can actually lift, balance, and move like a pro. He's consistent. His content doesn't rely on trends. It stands on its own. He's universal. No matter where you're from, his content is funny. But most importantly, people love that he brings joy without needing to say much. In a world full of noise, Anatoly's silence is refreshing and powerful. He lets us fill in the blanks. He makes us part of the performance. Where does Anatoly go from here? That's the big question. Could we see a full-length prank movie, a documentary, a shift into scripted comedy, maybe even collaborations with big
Anatoly
fitness
here,
influencers?
and usually I prank
He could branch into brand endorsements, merchandise, or even fitness training programs with a comedic twist. There's potential for acting, choreography, or directing too, because his eye for comic timing is sharper than most trained performers. The possibilities are endless. And the best part is, Anatoly has built his brand in such a way that he can pivot anytime. He can disappear for a month, come back with one video, and go viral again. That's the power of quality and uniqueness. And if he ever decides to finally speak, to tell his story in his own words, the internet will listen. Anatoly is more than a prankster. He's a phenomenon, a mystery, a modern mime in the era of oversharing. He shows us that you don't need to scream to be heard, and you don't need to reveal everything to make an impact. His videos make us laugh, yes, but they also make us think about how we react, how we see the gym, and how comedy can thrive in the most unexpected places. He transforms tension into joy, seriousness into silliness, and routines into performances. So the next time you see a guy doing something absolutely insane next to a barbell, take a closer look. It might just be Anatoly, the man behind the mystery. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Anatoly's world, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Let us know in the comments. What's your favorite Anatoly moment? And who should we cover next? Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes silence is the loudest kind of comedy.